The Asian community in St. Louis is working with law enforcement to address a nationwide increase of violence and hate crimes toward Asian Americans.
Fox 2's Elliott Davis spoke with some leaders of the St. Louis Asian community about a meeting they had with police last night. That's tonight's You Paid For It.
The March 16th mass killing in Atlanta shocked the nation, and especially the Asian American community, when 8 people were killed, 6 of them Asian American women. It forced communities all over the nation and here in St. Louis area to take a hard look at the challenges facing the Asian population in their own areas. More than 200 people signed on to a Zoom meeting here that included top law enforcement officials like Public Safety Director Jimmy Edwards, as well as police chiefs in St. Louis City and County. Many Asians here say they've been targeted because of the color of their skin. Today, I talked to some of the leaders of the Asian community. KRISTINA is president of the Vietnamese community.
I think that it's a start to actually educate the Asian community that the city and county officials, along with the judges, are aware of what's happening and that they are there to extend their help. Here's
some of what St. Louis Police Chief HAYDEN and County Chief Mary Barton had to say.
Chief Barton and I want our citizens and our visitors to know that we are here to protect you and we are here to serve you. Our citizens and our visitors should never have to live in fear because of their race or ethnicity, because of their skin color, or because of their appearance. You are important to us, and I promise you that we will protect you.
I would echo that we see these crimes as very important. And I think that one of the things that I would like to touch on is this partnership piece of this. Until we establish working relationships where there is trust on both sides to report these types of crimes or these incidents, I don't think we're going to move forward.
Chief HAYDEN outlined some of what he's doing to safeguard Asians here, asking officers to be extra vigilant in areas frequented by Asians. Officers have been given extra training on the meaning of hate crimes. He's designated a detective to be a liaison to the Asian American community to facilitate the exchange of information. He's taken steps to accommodate different languages. And there's a special new community outreach unit, part of its mission, reaching out to the Asian community. Here's the vice president of the Chinese Service Center, who was one of the hosts of last night's meeting.
The impression of the meeting last night was that the interest in the event, the interest in the education from law enforcement, from advocacy organization, the public's interest exceeded our expectation.
Chief HAYDEN did say there were no reports of hate crimes reported in the city last year or this year. Were you surprised that the chief, I think, said that St. Louis didn't have any reported hate crimes?
I am quite surprised, but in a way, I'm not surprised, because Asians, we are known to be suppressed by government officials of our own native country that, most people left because of the government suppression.
You're saying that maybe people just aren't reporting it?
Correct. People aren't reporting because they are afraid of retaliation. Not being on paper doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
We now have a better sense of what we can do and who our partners are in the city, in the county, in our region, and what our next steps should be.
I talked to some of the Asian leaders, and they said future meetings are planned with community and political leaders to continue to shine a light on the problem and find solutions. Elliott Davis, Fox 2 News.